Boma's golden magic. Deep in the heart of a sun-drenched garden, Antha stood very, very still. She heard a sound that made her tummy do a nervous flip-flop. B-Z-Z-Z-W-R-R-R. B-Z-Z-Z-W-R-R-R. A tiny yellow and black shape zoomed past her ear. Antha ducked behind a giant hosta leaf, her heart racing. To her, that sound meant only one thing: trouble. On the other side of the leaf, Boma the bee was having a wonderful morning. She wasn't looking for trouble at all. She was looking for breakfast. Boma landed softly on a bright crimson tulip. She was round and fuzzy, with big, gentle eyes that sparkled like dew. She hummed a happy tune as she wiggled her bottom deep into the flower's petals. Antha peeked over the leaf and saw the bee wasn't chasing her. In fact, the bee looked quite busy. "Hello?" Antha whispered. Boma paused and hovered in the air, her wings a golden blur. She waved a tiny front leg at Antha. B-Z-Z-Z, hello. "I'm Boma. Don't be frightened. I have a very big job to do today, and I could use a friend to watch." "What kind of job?" Antha asked. Stepping out from her hiding spot, Boma pointed to her hind legs. They were covered in thick, yellow dust that looked like golden flour. "I'm a pollen collector," Boma chirped. "I gather this dust from the flowers. It sticks to my fuzzy coat like magic. See my pollen pockets?" Boma flew to a nearby bluebell and did a little dance. As she wiggled, some of the yellow dust from the tulip fell off her fur and onto the bluebell. "When I move pollen from one flower to another, it tells the plant to start making seeds and fruit," Boma explained. "Without us bees, the garden would be very quiet and very hungry." Antha reached out a finger, touching a flower petal gently. She realized that Boma wasn't a tiny monster. She was a tiny gardener. "So if you didn't visit the flowers, we wouldn't have any apples or pumpkins?" Antha asked. She felt her fear melting away, replaced by a big sense of wonder at how hard the little bee worked. Boma buzzed over to a patch of strawberry plants. "Exactly," Boma said, landing on a white blossom. She pointed her antenna toward a cluster of small green berries nearby. "I visited these flowers last week, and look, because of my golden dust, they are turning into sweet red treats for you to eat." Antha wanted to help her new friend. The sun was getting hot, and Boma looked a little tired from all her flying. Antha ran to the porch and brought back a small, shallow dish. She filled it with cool water and placed several smooth, colorful pebbles inside so Boma would have a safe place to land. Boma zoomed down to the dish. She landed on a purple pebble and took a long, refreshing drink. "B-Z-Z-Z. Thank you, Antha. This is exactly what a busy bee needs," she hummed. Antha sat cross-legged on the grass, watching Boma rest. She wasn't scared of the buzzing anymore. It sounded like the garden's happy heartbeat. As the sun began to set, Boma stretched her wings. "Time to go back to the hive and turn all this nectar into honey," she said. Antha stood up and waved. "Goodbye, Boma. Thank you for the strawberries." As the little bee flew away, Antha smiled. She knew that every time she heard a bee-zee-zee, it was just a friend making the world a more delicious place.